Hi guys, Palmer Car Audio. Today we are back with another speaker upgrade video. You may remember a couple of weeks ago we upgraded the OE speakers in our GR Yaris with some custom fit Powerbass speakers. Now I'll be honest with you, everyone that sat in that car last week, especially me, I was absolutely blown away by the difference that it actually made. So today we're going to carry on with another video, but this time in a Ford Ranger. Now, Powerbass do a custom fit speaker for almost every Ford. That'll cover the Rangers, that'll cover Ford Transit Connect, Fiesta, and the list goes on. Here are the speakers that we're going to be fitting. Take a look at this OE speaker. It's very light, paper cone, which is going to perish over time because commercial vehicles are known for letting water in through the doors. So yeah, that's not going to last very long. And now, let me move on to the Powerbass speaker. Now, this is a OE652 FD for Ford. This one I can instantly tell by the weight of it. It's already going to sound a lot better, to be honest with you. The cone is made of plastic, so it's going to last you a lot longer, and it's also got a tweeter built in, so it's going to lift the rear high-end stage right up. Now, if you look at the actual design of the speaker, it is OE custom fit, which means the screw holes should line up. Even the wiring plug should wire straight back in. Nice and easy. On the GR, we didn't actually add any Dynamat because it is a track car. We didn't want to add too much weight to this. Ranger, we're going to add some Dynamat, which will give it a bit more extra depth and less vibration. So I'm going to hand it over to Carl and let's see how we get on. Oh, before I do that, I'm going to jump in the car and just to make a mental note of what the OEM speakers sound like, and then I'll revisit it after the install's done. So let's have a listen. So I'm in the Ranger. Let's see what the OEM speakers sound like, shall we? I don't want to hear anymore. That is crap. The bass isn't too bad. There's no tops whatsoever. Look who's calling. I'm not even kidding, mate. He wants speakers done in his car. He was on at me last week, so I've got to take this call. Cut the call because he won't appreciate it. So I hope, and I'm pretty confident actually, the Powerbass speakers are really going to improve the tops on this, and the fact that we're going to be Dynamating the doors on this particular vehicle, we should get a lot more bass response out of it as well. So yeah, let's see how we get on. Over to Carl.
Hi guys, so we're just going to carry on from where Palm left off, just run through a bit of what we're going to do today, and then we'll do a bit of a step-by-step installation on the car and show you what we're doing along the way. So Palm's already mentioned this is a speaker that's come out of a previous upgrade that they've done on a Ford. Very, very lightweight speaker, paper cone and cheap plastic basket that's very, very thin. As you can see with the Powerbass, the magnet's much larger, stronger basket and a plastic cone that's not going to be damaged by water, as Palm's already mentioned. On this vehicle today we are going to put some Dynamat in. So Dynamat is a sound deadening material. This is going to help with the acoustics of the vehicle as far as the speakers are concerned, but also it does help with dampening road noise as well. Don't know too much about car audio or audio in particular. A tweeter is going to give you those high-end notes, which again the difference should be quite clear and night and day from the original ones to the aftermarket. Okay, let's go over to the car. Right, so we're going to start off with the front doors here to fit the component kit, so the mids and the tweeters. The tools that we need for the job on this vehicle are a small flathead screwdriver, a Phillips screwdriver, a T20 Torx, and I always have a trim tool with me just for those clips that are a bit hard to remove. So first screws, there are two at the bottom of the door card here, which are the Phillips. Then we need to take this trim panel off here, which hides the next two Phillips screws. This is held on by a series of plastic clips. Sometimes these are left in the door card. We'll see how this one comes off. You see it's left just a handful of the clips behind, which we can now retrieve. Sometimes you'll find, especially in the winter months when everything's a bit colder, you may well break one or two of these clips or even some of the poppers that hold the door card on, but they are readily available and cheap to replace. I would always recommend, if there are clips broken on install, make sure you do replace them, stop the door card rattling, and make sure you get the best out of your sound system. We've got 2 screws now to remove, top and bottom of where the handle location is. Again, they're both Phillips screws. There's a plastic trim panel here behind the handle which needs to be popped off to reveal the 20mm, the T20 Torx bit. There we go, and then that trim panel just be removed. I'll just fish it out with the screwdriver. That panel you see is just clipped on 4 sides, so a screwdriver in anywhere really, but I find that leading edge just to relieve that first one will pop it out. That then reveals one T20 Torx behind the handle. Okay, and now all we have left is to remove the pod here by the mirror housing that holds the tweeter. So this is where the trim tool comes in quite handy. You can come on the leading edge or the back. I'm left-handed, so I'm going to do it on the back side. Just feed that in behind, give it a twist, and you'll be able to pop. There's 2 poppers. 1, 2, and then a clip down the bottom. There we go. So now we've removed that, you can unplug the tweeter. We're ready to go now over to the table in a minute and fit the tweeter. So the tweeter, original tweeter, is in the housing here, and it's just clipped in with 2 clips. I find it easier to get to the back one first while you can get to it, and then rock the tweeter out past the sprung loaded fittings. It's 1 and 2, and that's the original tweeter out. To replace it with the Powerbass tweeter, so you line that up, get it in place, and just a click in place. So now with the door card fully unscrewed and ready to remove, it's still very much secure to the door. So what we'll do is come round to the bottom of the door card, get hold of a lip, and then it's a sharp tug towards you. You'll hear the clips, and then just feed your way round, pop the clips off. Again, like the Yaris, we'll have a couple of cables and plugs on the back that will need to be removed. Got the cable goes into the release cable for the door handle, just needs a pull, that will release. Down here we have a large plug with all the power window connections, which again is a squeeze and pull. And then on the front, this one is always a little bit tricky. You've got the ambient lighting plug here that lights up the handle, and also the central door locking switch. They come off quite easy. This one's just a pull down. Sometimes here you might need to get a pair of side cutters or pliers behind just to tease that out. There we go, so it's just a panel clip that's into the door card. So the next step now, we're back to the T20 Torx bit. The 3 fixings here to remove the original Ford speaker. That's the speaker unplugged. We just need to take the actual wiring out now, so just press that down and release. So again, you can see how very, very flimsy the actual voice cone is. And again, I think the size of the magnet says it all. If you look at it side by side there, and on the rear it's more than double the size. So we're now going to get to the Dynamat sound deadening stage. We'll take this foam insert out, and then I'll talk you through the process as we go. Now, one thing I would say is with sound deadening is everybody has a different opinion on how little or how much you should use. I'm a fan of using maybe more than you necessarily should, and then the next person will tell you I'm still not using enough. Some people will just place a very small amount behind the actual speaker here on the back of the door and then just around the edge. I'm a fan of very much covering the whole door skin, because you'll hear now how very tinny the sound of this door is. which also will resonate with road noise, speed bumps, anything, any potholes in the road. So by coating the whole of that door, you're not only, like I said earlier, giving it a better audio experience, but you're going to dumb down all of the external noises. So we have a roller here that we'll use to actually apply and push the sound deadening onto the panel. It's like a hard rubber, so it doesn't dent the door, but it does allow you to get a lot of pressure onto the actual sound deadening to stick it to the surface that it's going to. Again, you can put a decent amount of pressure on. Just be mindful of the fact that you are pushing against the outer skin of your door, but already you'll be able to hear the difference on the door where we fitted it, where we haven't fitted it. But there's lots of access holes here for assembly and replacing the glass, etc. We're going to cover those up again with the sound deadening. So I'm just going to roughly cut some shapes that will fill the holes like so. And then we're going to cover this hole, remembering to cut round it to allow the door card to go in. And then we'll cover this hole here and we'll be ready to put the speakers back in. It's going to go in the top there, so we know the orientation is that way round. Using the original screws in the original locations. And 3, and then the plug can only go one way round. Line it up nice and tight and in. Okay, now the speaker's back in, we're going to put the original door liner back in position, then we're ready to hang the door card. And then last but not least, we've now got to just replace the corner trim with the tweeter. So we line the plug, just make sure the cable's free of the locating points, and then, so now the door card's completely back on, we're ready to move on to the rear doors, and then we'll get Palm back over for his reaction. So now we're moving on to the rear door card removal. Very, very similar, as you can see, to the front door, just a little bit shorter. So we're going to pop that trim panel off behind the front door handle. We got them all out this time. So on this door card there's 2 locating lugs, which you do need to make sure that there's a hole for them to go in. So I've pre-marked it there. We're just going to open it up so that when the door card goes on, we're not fighting trying to push the lug on the door card through this aluminium sound deadening. There we go. So now replacing the speaker, again remembering that the socket's going to go at the top. Okay, so we're going to use the original T20 Ford screws. You've basically got an extra speaker, the tweeter, in the middle there on its own post, which is going to greatly improve the upper end, the high end sound and treble in this vehicle. Okay, that's the vehicle completely back together. We'll get Palm back over for the reveal and see what he thinks of the sound.
I have full confidence in this.
Well, the proof's in the pudding, as they say.
Yep, right. Oh, you didn't hear none of that before. Yeah, mate. Sounds much better. It's lifted the sound right up. Wow. Mate, I'm not, are you like kidding? Seriously? Just 2 pairs of speakers made all that difference.
Yeah, obviously the sound deadening helps without a doubt. I'm not going to take it away from it, but the speakers are just so much more efficient. You've got, you know, effectively you've got an extra 2 speakers in those tweeters in the back.
Yeah, and it just sounds a lot brighter. It's really lifted. It's just lifted the whole sound experience up. Like I said, the Powerbass speakers are available for most of the Ford range of vehicles, including the Ranger, Ford Connect, Ford Transit Custom, Fiesta, and I'm sure there's a load of others. If you jump onto our website, you will be able to view the full range on there. Well, what's next? Well, I've been in this industry for over 20 years, and as you can imagine, I am not easily pleased. But what I must say is, these Powerbass custom fit speakers have absolutely blown me away. Not only do they sound great, but they will make your job a lot easier. You don't need to drill anything, you don't need to cut anything, you don't even need to snip any wires apart. Simple plug and play installation without any modifications to your vehicle. Big bang for your buck. Jump on it now. Thanks for watching, and if you want to see a lot more of these, please remember to like, share and subscribe, and we'll be bringing you a lot more videos. For now, see you later. Because my kids are mad about Ronaldo, so I changed my wife's name to Ronaldo on my phone and put his picture on it. And I'm honestly, we're out somewhere and the phone rings. I'd actually forgotten that I'd changed it on my phone. You should have seen that. She rung and you should have seen that. Daddy, the bottom lip started quivering. They were like, just with excitement. Mate, honestly, I wish I had caught it on camera. Anyway, back to business.